Hey guys, I'm out in the garage and I'm working on my BMW X5, which is an F15 model. I am swapping out the transmission pan, which has the filter built into it, and I'm also changing the fluid, of course. The old fluid looked really good. This came from FCP Euro. I will put a link in the description. One thing that there's other videos out there on how to do this, but I thought I would post just kind of a tips video. So one thing, anytime I work on the cars, I don't like to start them up with dry filters. So what I did is, and I'll talk about my fluid extractor here in just a second, but what I did was I put some fresh fluid down into the filter just to pre-soak it. I also, this one has a pathway over here, also went this way as well. The other thing I'm going to do is lubricate the O-rings, just so those go in nice and easy and seal well. Everything else looks good. The torque, by the way, according to FCP Euro, I believe these, I'll double check it, but I believe these are 10 Newton meters, which is about, I'll double check. I think it was about 65 foot-pounds or something like that. I'll put the numbers below. But that's one thing on the fill side. Also, just real quick, this is, and I'll put a link to Amazon on this. This is the Vivor fluid extractor dispenser, and it comes with, it's specifically designed, or it has some accessories for transmissions, and you can see all of the different models that it covers, and of course generic as well. But it comes with a number of different fittings. In the case of the ZF8 transmission that's in the BMW, it's just on the side, so it uses just a generic angle, but you can see it'll go up there and sit in there, and you've got local control here. You can use this for both dispense as well as extract by flipping this valve. I do have another extractor, and this one seems to be leaking right here. It looks like this collar is maybe just a tad too long. And this pin, which basically goes into a little, I don't know what you call it, collet or whatever, but it doesn't seem to be meeting that really well. So I may see if I can grind off just a little bit of this blue collar here, and I think this will seat better and it will cause it not to leak. But what I'm going to have to do is basically probably just have my wife come out here and help pressurize this, because I don't want to leave this. It does have a latch, which is good for extraction, but I don't want to leave this down while I'm filling, because I don't want to go over the working pressure here. So anyway, this is the fluid also came from FCP Euro. This is Liqui Moly, which is what they recommend. And I trust FCP Euro. They've been great. They have fabulous customer service and a very wide selection. So let's go underneath and show you a couple of things. One thing that is not in some of the videos online is there is a crossbar. This is not a support bar. This is, I think, a protection bar, and it also helps to hold up the cover right here and here. But it's just 10 millimeter screws. They come out real easy. There's, again, no load bearing on this particular member. The FCP kit does come with new screws as well as a new drain plug, which does have the O-ring built into it. And this looks like, the green color usually means it's Viton, which is oil resistant. So that'll be going in. So here's the transmission, really easy to get off. This service, I was thinking of taking it somewhere, and I watched some videos. Super easy. A little bit messy, of course, but very easy to do. And just do the screws around the perimeter, pull the pan down. There is a drain plug in the pan, by the way, so you can get most of the fluid out. This mess here is actually all from just dripping while I've been doing some other stuff, and I've got a pig mat I'll put down to get that cleaned up. But I've checked everything. Everything looks good. Everything's clean. No metal in the fluid, so all of that looks very favorable. So I'm going to go ahead and get it installed. There is a couple of screws that are behind some brackets, like this one here, but it's not bad. It came out, and because I have a, if I find it here, oh, here it is. So because I do have a bit that is a little bit longer here, I didn't have any issue, and I just used, this is just a short extension, and it worked perfectly fine to get the screws out. Took only just a few minutes. I mean, other than cleaning up and just doing some kind of logistical things around, not a bad job at all. So after I get the pan in, the fill is right here. So I'll fill this up until it starts to dribble out, put the cap in, and by the way, be sure that that comes out very first thing. But I'll put the cap in. After the cap's in, we're going to let it run, come up to temperature. I'll be using BimmerLink to monitor the temperature. It needs to come up to around 50 degrees centigrade, I believe it is. So we'll let that come up to temp, pop the cap off, double check the level, and see if we need to top it off any. I'm hoping that since I pre-filled the filter, I'm hoping that will actually help a little bit. But we'll let it come up to temp, double check it, and then we'll torque that down. And I'll check on the torque specs for that, and I'll post that below. But anyway, that's it. It's super, super easy. And one little note here is this is where the cross member bolts in, and you can see on the other side, just on the other side of the drive shaft, going to the front, that's where the other one bolts up, the other end of it, and there's one screw right here as well. But these are all 10 millimeter. This is actually, I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's actually supported to the unibody way up above with really, really large bolts. I was worried I was going to have to take this out, but it turns out you don't. The only thing that I still need to do is I need to change out the transfer case fluid. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. That one I might actually take somewhere. I also got this bushing here to replace, mainly just because I was going to be in here already, but I think I'm going to take that one. I've already done the front and the rear differentials. Those are fairly easy. The front is kind of fun because you have to remove the shield plate, and it's doable, but it is a tight squeeze. And I do have, by the way, I have the 40E, so I have the electronic hybrid up there, so you see the orange cables and the connection going into the torque converter there. These do use an I believe it's an electromechanical torque converter, so that's why you see that actually connected, and you have that little extension on the pan that goes up there as well. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or any thoughts, I certainly welcome those, and feel free to post in the comments below.